was gonna get jumped in.
I would get jumped in and blame it completely on you. Because I'd have called you with that well. No, I wouldn't even called you. I'd have showed up at your house like, this nigga beat my ass because of your fucking email.
And I was like, hey, first and foremost, congratulations to your crib.
Right.
I mean, class of 2019 that's a strong year, bro. Like, we can celebrate this every year, like his frat line, like J5. We can go live.
Crib! But I couldn't remember what was, and I was trying to tell him the whole background of how we like say it a lot. I couldn't remember the song. Who was it?
Blockboy JB.
Blockboy JB. Because I was like, yeah, there's a song. He says like 13 times in the background, and he looking at me stone faced like.
Not on Crip, cuz. That's how he was looking at you.
I'm just like, haha, there's a song. He says like 13 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, haha, you know?
Why don't you just say like Cripicola or something?
When you're in that situation, though,
You froze.
you think,
Come on, man.
headline.
You froze. You like Black Panther when he saw the
I never freeze.
Lupita.
I never freeze.
And Lupita, he got his chick stole by
M'Baku.
M'Baku for Us. Have you seen Us?
No, I want to.
I don't know if I want to.
Well, do you think? I really think on the low. What is it? Michael Key or is that Peel? Which one?
Whoever.
So he did the other one. The other.
Get Out.
He might be like on some like. Are you like our new? Are you our new Spike Lee or something?
No, what? No, you can't put him on that.
I'm just okay.
Spike Lee was on some socially conscious shit.
I'm just saying a very.
I mean, these movies are supposed to have a socially conscious like message behind them. Or whatever.
Really?
Right. Yeah.
That's what everybody say. All the fake woke people.
So the thing with him, he
Hang
said,
on, time out. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but go back. Fake woke. Explain.
Fake woke.
right.
Mr. All the people that hate white people didn't go to work 9 to 5. Like,
I'm not gonna go to the white man's job.
Yes, Mr. Smithers, I made you 2 copies of that TPS report.
Right.
staying crispy. I mean, you know, they can't be out there preaching all this pro-black stuff, but they don't have no backing, like, to their message.
So you mean just because they wear kente cloth on Fridays, like, yeah.
You do what you want.
Right.
You
Georgetown.
know, they using black soap. I only shop black. It's cool. I get it. I don't only shop black. I drive a Japanese car. I mean,
It's pretty fly, though.
It's hard. It's hard.
I'm just saying, like, that's a fake woke to me. Like,
Right.
you can't be super pro-black in America because America ain't pro-black.
That's deep.
I guess he's not like fake woke. Like he's woke, but he's the snooze button.
No.
I'm getting up.
And he's a 5%er, meaning he's like one top 5% darkest people in America right now.
You know, the 5%ers is something totally
Right,
different.
I know.
Right? Oh,
I hope that none of them show up here because
No,
of your
I-
recklessness.
I know. I was using it as a joke.
Who the biggest gang that we don't like recognize? Masons, 5%ers, the Black Israelites.
I would
Like,
say Masons.
I'd say the FBI.
I'm talking about with black people.
Oh
I would say Masons. And Masons are only black.
no, they're not.
Think of Rosewood, but it's a Mason man, boss.
I ain't seen Rosewood. In
So
15
you remember?
No. Scottish Rite Masons. That's the Masons that, and I'm even scared to even talk about this on air. But that's the Masons the fucking Bush families in like.
I'm talking about like Prince Hall Masons.
And I feel you, but I'm just saying like when you said all Masons are black, like no.
He said they're not.
I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because like in Rosewood, you remember the chick that was cheating,
Yeah.
right? And he slapped her. Boom, like get off me, bitch! I don't want to be with you. He was a Mason,
Okay.
so he was on the run. He found these 2 black guys. And one was like, "Man, we ain't helping the white boy. Now he a Mason man, boss. That's our brother."
Oh.
So yeah,
But you got family that's Mason, so you
Do you?
know a little more Mason stuff.
Masonic stuff. Yeah,
Messianic.
no,
I'm just
Right.
Like you like I didn't know that.
Yeah,
let's talk on let's talk on this.
nah. I mean, my brother's a Mason. My cousin's a Mason.
Is it like do they have to get? I always heard they had to get like invited in like in a weird way, like like it's just kind of odd because it's,
I asked that to this dude too. He said he was a Mason. I was like, y'all worse than like fraternities and stuff, because like you have to be in the bloodline to get in.
I didn't think you had.
It feel like it.
Right.
It's not like they gonna go recruit you.
And it's like so structured, but it's and how you pick up rank is different to me. Like I don't understand it, but there's so many layers to it. Like you could be a whatever 33rd degree, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
In the Masonic order.
Correct.
So one person I've only met one person who's like straight up Mason, and I didn't think it was bloodline because he told me like this whole like because he was from Louisiana, and like someone just like kind of basically took him to the side, was just like,
we want you.
Yeah, like
you can do this the easy way or the hard way.
I like you and I want you, but like when he came to St. Louis, it appeared like he wasn't really, and maybe he's bullshitting because he couldn't tell me because I wasn't a Mason, but like it appeared he wasn't really like rocking with it anymore. But I thought like it's one of them things like once you in, like he was telling me like no matter where he is, if he sees another Mason, like he's like I could be driving on the road and someone's pulled over with a flat tire. If they have the little Mason thing on their car, he's like I have to pull over and help them, and if I don't, like I get in a lot of shit for that.
Right. I mean, but you got to think about it. Masonry is like the foundation of all fraternities. It predates all Black Greek organizations.
Right.
So that's like the baseline. Like that's where all the shit came from.
Right. That's why I said who's the biggest gang.
And that's why I said Masons. Like to me.
But it's like you said too, like them gang. Like when's the last time you ever heard one? Besides him, like when's the last time you heard someone say they were Mason or that you knew they were Mason?
The guy that I was talking, actually we was playing spades. All Black people meet during spades.
11 books on that picture. That's
Right.
what I saw.
Country Cousins page tells how many books in that picture.
How many?
I would have had 13 with that hand. Me by myself, I would have had 13.
I would have to.
I said 11 just because I'm a little
you
shaky.
you don't know how to play spades.
I don't want to. We'll talk about
Dude,
it
I was playing spades with my sister who's a sorority. She's heavy in her sorority.
Right.
So they was talking about stuff, and I was like, "What are you, a Mason?" And he was like, "See, he got it," because like he kept saying, "I ain't Greek, I ain't Greek."
Right.
And I was like, "I ain't Greek either, but you something." I said, "You like a Mason or something." He's like, "How could you even tell?"
Because he was stroking his he was stroking his ego.
Yeah, like he was. To me, it's kind of like in St. Louis, like how Kappa act. You know, like dude says Kappa's.
Kappa League.
Right. So growing up, if you was a teenager, like Kappa League was a big thing.
I'm a Kappa League.
The teenage version of the Kappas, right?
Is that what the fuck that
What
is?
was it called? Mega Squires?
Fuckboy International?
Whatever it was. I never was with none of the shits.
Neither was I. We moo side moo. Milk it.
Marlon had one on his show too. I forgot what his was. But I just never believed in the shit, like as far as especially when you get to college, because all it was a free pussy card, right?
So, all right, Kappa League is way different if it's done right. If it's done correctly, it's a mentoring program. That's all it is, to help groom young men,
potential Kappas.
Right. Well, you don't even have to go to school to become a Kappa. You can just get in the Kappa League on the high school level, right? But it's also, you have summer programs and things of that nature that actually you go to, that they learn stuff. They learn about, etiquettes and things of that nature, how to conduct themselves in business. Like it's a true mentoring program. But like I say, it goes back to if it's done correctly.
Right, but I felt like a lot of that shit here just rubs you the wrong way because it was like a popularity thing.
Right.
Like I feel like people that either went to school in the South or from the South, like have a whole different Greek life experience than here.
Right. So, case in point, you remember we was out one time and the Noops had a party. We was there, and he was like, "Oh, that's Buddy. He was like the VP of, right? He was the VP of a bank." But when I was chopping up with him, I'm like, "Okay, I'm thinking about doing either I was gonna do East St. Louis alumni chapter, or I was gonna do Belleville or wherever the fuck he was from, alumni chapter, right? But he was like, "Yeah, man, we should be doing whoop de whoop." I'm like, "Bruh, we grown men. No, I'm not trying to do it to get females and all that stuff. I never did it for that. That was never my angle. You know what I mean?"
Right. If I was gonna do it, it was to network, like to be in a kind of. It's. I ain't trying to be racial this fast in the episode, but like white people do it based on their field.
Right.
Like my nephew, he in a white one, but it's an engineering one, right? So I didn't know this until talking, but theirs doesn't. It's not lifetime. Like theirs is only while they're in school.
Most white fraternities is only when you're in school.
Right. Like they don't do nothing after they graduate
Right.
in that arena. Where black people is like a rite of passage for life.
Paddling and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Hang on, did you get paddle?
First and foremost, I would like to say this: Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated do not believe in hazing. So therefore, no.
That's another thing that gets me is when they
that dismisses them from all future trials that may come up for hazing.
But like the whole thing, like how they do that, blah 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 blah, incorporated, but like,
They businesses.
Right.
oh okay,
They're legit businesses.
We pay dues every year. You have to pay two separate dues. You have to pay your chapter dues and your national dues.
what do you get for said dues?
Remember,
What have they given you?
It's like a Sam's Club.
Okay, but I go to I can go to Sam's like, ooh, that's a lot of 5-hour energy. Let me get that box of that.
But it's not free. You just go. You just got
But
access.
I have access. You're right.
Right. That's all you're
So-
paying for is access.
And what do you go to the Sam's Club?
How about this? How about you get some information, come to the next informational, and you could, potentially join the greatest fraternity on earth.
I'll go if Dub goes.
Not too old for this shit.
Then it looks like I ain't going. We are too old for this.
No, you're not.
No,
you can
no,
do
you're
it
not.
as a grad school.
Right.
A lot of people do it like when they get older. But
You about to
seriously,
say, you about to say
seriously.
why, right? That look on your face, you was like to say why.
It's still. I think if you do it
Networking?
in grad school, it makes more sense.
I've already graduated from undergrad and grad.
Right, but you do it for networking. You're not doing it for pussy. Like, I guess it still feels like that's a lot of people in game with doing it to me. To be popular, it's just like the dude that you know wasn't cool in high school goes away to college and now he's the man, or he think he the man. Pat was popular in high school.
Yeah, he was the only senior on the junior varsity team. Junior varsity team.
You know they do that more now though.
I've seen that.
Hey,
Like
that's
not
what
necessarily basketball, but the other sports.
I was about to say. That's
I know one dude did it for football because like he had never played football. He just wanted to play football.
As a parent, that's when you sit down with your child. Like, look, I get it. You like the sport. You love the sport. This ain't your sport.
You know, I was talking. So funny thing. I was talking to one of the parents yesterday. He got a high schooler. So his high schooler plays soccer with my nephew, and he was like, they had 25 kids on the freshman team, the freshman soccer team. Right? It's only 12 kids on the field at the time.
Right.
Right? No,
We subbing everybody.
11. It's 11. 11 kids on the field with the goalie.
So you need a legit 15.
15 to 18.
18's heavy.
Well, but like injuries, grades, like anything could come up
That's true.
throughout the semester. Kid might be in theater or something too. Whatever.
I'm a thespian.
He was saying his approach was to have a grade, a team per grade. So a 9th grade team, 10th grade team, 11th grade team, 12th grade team. I was like, that don't work because by the time they 11th grade, they should realize that they not built for that.
Right.
Like they could still play on JV if just the coach needed some bodies or like wanted some more experience.
Anybody but a dead body.
But you know what I'm saying?
Right. So we had.
I said you should do 2 JVs instead of like a junior team.
So that's what we had. We had JV, then we had the B team,
Yeah.
and then we had varsity.
So B team, what you can go to
that's
either one.
That's basketball. So I'm talking strictly basketball.
But yeah, if you're on the B team, what is
B team is like for upperclassmen that's not gonna make the varsity. So it's in between
So
varsity
you want-
and JV.
so like you in junior first grade?
Hey,
I got out of kindergarten, but I ain't quite ready for first because I can't call it in the between the lines.
I'm just saying.
I'm in junior first.
Look it up. Like our squad was tough for 4 or 5 years straight.
But see, like, if I remember correctly, they used to always call JV B team. Like when I was coming up, it was freshman B team varsity. Like we didn't have JV because JV is its own bracket of games. Like the JV might play only on Saturdays. Like it was a weird thing. Like now it feels like JV is the sophomore team, basically.
Do you think does it have a stigma to say you're on JV? You think?
What grade you in?
Junior.
I don't think so. I think kids mature differently.
What do you think?
Well, I was about to say 9th, 10th grade JV. Okay, that's about your own par.
Ooh, okay, wait.
When
Question.
you become a junior, that's when the switch supposed to go off. Like, hey, I'm really built for this or I'm not.
What'd you say the breakdown is now? Say it again.
9th grade's freshman.
Yeah. What if you're a freshman on JV?
You playing up. It's always been the case.
But okay, let's say you're a freshman, you're on JV. Sophomore, you're still on JV. Do you think if you were a freshman who made it to JV as a freshman, naturally, like it would appear that as a sophomore you should be on varsity then? If you made JV as a freshman,
Not necessarily. The JV team could have just been weak.
Right. Because we had cats that was on JV and the B team.
Right.
And then they go to varsity the next year, or they be on varsity because someone got hurt.
Or somebody ain't eligible in the second semester.
Right.
Or,
Shout like DJ. That's the reason why we lost state. That's why we didn't go to state. Because my homie DJ Dennis Davis.
you gonna say his real name on
It's
the?
not because it's not bad. He something happened. Oh, he got in trouble in school. He got in trouble in school. Got kicked off the team. Right. And then it came out that he because he got rolled up or something, but it wasn't his fault. Coach Martin wasn't having it. And we went to the game before state. Everybody fouled out. Our starting point guard fouled out. DJ would have been the backup point guard. That's the reason why we lost. Because we didn't have no one to control the floor of the game or to bring the rock up for real. If we had Dub Streets, we'd have won about three straight.
I blossomed late. Like, I would have been the kid on JV as a junior. But I played...
Height-wise.
I got cut freshman year.
I remember. No, because hang
I
on,
was a new kid.
hang on. Let me, because I was there, so it might sound better coming from like another set of eyes. Me and this dude used to have PE together.
Yeah.
It was me, him, one of the funniest motherfuckers on the planet, Sean Harrison. That was the top 3 funniest motherfuckers on the planet. It was us, and we had one more person who would kick with.
Unintentional comedy.
Just
He was just off.
he was off. Do you remember them faces he used to?
But he played football too. Like,
And he was he was bigger than me and him was tiny, and he was little cock diesel, high yellow.
yeah, he's my first light skinned friend. Now he played running back.
Yeah. But all the time, and we would end up just. I guess the gym teacher didn't care, and we just always played basketball.
No, after swimming, because we swam at first.
God.
I didn't know how to swim, but they threw me in the pool.
All you saw was this black ink spot. Sploosh.
They make you try to learn to swim though. The first 4 weeks.
Low key, I had to save him twice.
That's
Hey.
a lot of liability right there.
No. Low key, I had to save him
I
twice.
get it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
I was like, I think I was the only black person there who could swim.
You the only black person who grew up around pools.
True. Because I had to save Sean, too.
Yeah.
I had to save it. Just sploosh. Come on.
Me and Sean was on the same bus.
But, no, but we would play. And Dub was, even when we were freshmen, it was surprising he didn't make it. Because it was Dub was a person who didn't make it. And you were just like, Oh, y'all gonna lose. Like, who's the coach? Oh, y'all dumb.
It's high school sports. I was a new kid. I didn't know that you have to go to a basketball program that the coach runs. So, starting like, if you didn't play football, you had to be out there after school in September running his drills and doing conditioning. I didn't know that. I was just like, I hoop. Like, I'm getting in shape for the season at my house, like outside. I'm hooping every day. So, high school sports, if nobody knows, they're gonna hold 3 or 4 spots for their football kids. If you're on the football team, it's usually the same coach. So they want their kids that they know and that's athletic, right? So Jamorsh, Kevin, and somebody else, Andy Seeger Toyota, like he made the team surprisingly.
Right.
Kevin
Jericho Kevin.
Watson?
Yeah, he made the team at first.
Did he?
Now, the 2 black dudes that his name, I used to kill them in our neighborhood. Right?
Jamar was also one of the people, like, as we got older, he became, like, grown before we got grown.
He always was grown.
Something was, like, off. Like, how old are you?
I don't think his family was, like, intact. Like, he always had his little brother. Like, his little brother was, like, 10 years younger than us, like 10, 12 years younger than us.
Dang.
And he was bringing him to practice with him. Like, we were in 7th, 8th grade playing on the basketball team together. Because I didn't know I was going to end up at school with them, right?
Oh.
So we played in the neighborhood team together. So in 7th grade, I'm on the team. Then he shows up. He's on the team. 8th grade, we're on the team. But that whole year, games, everything, he's got his little brother with him. Dude was like 3 or 4. You know, we in 8th grade.
So he was KG.
Yeah. And then he had a sister. So, and I never knew where she was at. But she ended up going to school, like.
For a second with us.
Yeah. So it was weird. So
And then he left and went to Riverview.
That's where we lived. And that's when Riverview was going to state for football, too, though.
They won state right after he got there.
Yeah. But
I
he
think
didn't really get a lot of burn.
Oh, I thought he did.
He did, but he didn't. He was playing behind Damian Nash.
You didn't get a lot of burn.
Who went pro.
Oh.
At running back. He played defense a lot.
I just remember, I remember him playing.
He got big as fuck, too.
Big.
So I didn't know that you have to go to the program, right?
Right.
So, and Jason.
Smooth the hustler.
Yeah, so Jason's the only dude out there that's left-handed. Jason and Andy Seeger. Coach was like, dribble down, make a left-hand layup. I'm the only kid that did it. The 2 left-handed kids couldn't do it, right?
Right.
When I tell you I didn't miss a shot that week, like this was the best ball I ever played in my life. So when I got cut, I was fucking hurt. Like I was to the core hurt, my nigga. But because that's a long bus ride home.
I remember, like, you as weird as I remember vividly, like, us walking from the high school gym. Remember, we had to walk up to the middle school. So we was playing the middle school. I remember like, it would always be like me, you, and Smooth walking up and walking back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have. I remember that. I was like, ooh.
Smooth made it, and he rode the bench.
I mean, God bless him. Always good, but like even when we was like seniors, he was on varsity. He never touched the court.
Because to me, it felt like he wasn't in the system. They didn't
know what to do with him.
The problem with most coaches is they don't adapt to the players they get.
Mm-hmm.
They want their players to do their system. You can't have somebody 6'8", 6'6", 1 year, and then the next year your tallest player 6'1", and think y'all gonna play a 2-3 zone, the same way. It don't work like that. You're gonna have to press. You're gonna have to trap. You're gonna have to use your strengths, right? So with me, I just lost out to the football players. And I was new. And they not evaluating kids when they there. They just like, oh, he was in the middle school. I know him. That's so-and-so. I was the kid that didn't nobody know. He was like, I don't even know if this kid going to be eligible. Let's face it. All the black kids out there wasn't focused on academics.
Huh?
And also, I think he low-key hated my brother from football.
Dame play football?
Dame can run for days.
Like, you told me stories that Dame would just wake up and run 3 miles like it's nothing. I just can't picture a brother doing anything athletically.
He played like corner, and then he was on like the special teams.
Okay.
So most of the time he was on special teams. Cause, I mean, he had tackled. That was back when they wasn't throwing the ball, so it wasn't like he had to do jump balls.
Right.
But so the funny thing is, basketball you get cut like Halloween, right?
We had to go look at that little list.
Yeah. So I just knew I made the team. I didn't make the team, so I'm like, man, fuck, I ain't gonna cry right here. I'm gonna cry in the car. So I get on the bus, man. I just couldn't help it, man. I just started crying. But like Chris Wash,
Yeah.
he was on varsity. Wash.
Yeah.
So he was like, bruh, it's bullshit. Like, don't worry about it. Just come back next year and kill him. We in gym class. What happens in December? Get your grades, right? You don't really play a lot of freshman games until January. You might get one tournament around Thanksgiving. You'll get another tournament around Christmas.
Definitely the Thanksgiving tournament. I remember that.
And then your games are really in January. So everybody got ineligible. Kevin got ineligible. I think Jamarsh was. The coach is our gym teacher. So he's in there.
Hang
playing
on.
Ball.
All the time. So he's watching the three of us all the time.
No, he never was in there with us. That was
No,
the
but
thing.
after that, he started watching us all the time.
Right, because the weather changed. The first semester, he was not in the gym with us. Like, he literally would
Walk
go
off.
outside or go to McDonald's, whatever. So we would just
Ball.
have free reign of just playing ball.
45 minutes every morning. We just
Now,
ball.
after basketball season started, he's in the gym. Like, he used to be drawing up plays and stuff while we playing ball. And then, like,
Having us test them.
this motherfucker asked, why didn't you try out? I said, I did. You cut me. He said, oh, well, you want to get on the team now? No, I'm fucking hurt. I'm still scoring. I'm hurt.
I'm hurt.
So I went and played with my 8th grade team because I was still only 13.
Yeah, because you graduated like 15, right?
17. I was 17 when I graduated. I was 13 though. I had just turned 13 freshman year.
Okay.
So
Duke the house.
I went and
I
played.
know it was fun because he was smaller than us. He had a big ass head. He was
I
smart.
grew up to his head.
That's why I called him Widget, because he just had a little body, big ass head, but he was smart.
I could kill y'all. I was, bruh. I had cardio back then, right? I was fast as fuck.
He was, but like he would get tripped. Let's not pretend like we didn't battle each other.
No, you left-handed.
Yeah, like we would battle.
There's still something about left-handed people you just can't stop. Like your mind just can't fathom guarding a left-handed person. That's why James Harden get away with the most crap he does.
That is true.
But I was playing on the 8th grade team, right? It was this chick, some black girl. I think her name was Erica. Like, she was cute as hell.
I already know who you're talking about.
She had a brother,
Who was super thug,
but he was a grade under us.
but he was bigger than us.
Yeah.
Super thug. You know he got that's another story, but yeah, he got locked up for robbing someone we went to school with at WashU, kicked everybody out. Like I don't even know if I can legally talk about this story, but like I can already tell you.
I don't know her name.
That is it.
She was cute. I remember
But kinda
she was
loud?
cute, real loud.
And her brother was
Oh, okay.
yeah
Because he played.
in the penitentiary.
No, he played like the next year, right?
I think he played when they got I think he
When
made
he got to high school, he was playing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I went to Ladue, I played against them the next year.
Can we fast forward and talk about that game?
No. Let me talk about that first. So I gave her brother the business, and she was like, "You go to my school? No. He in high school. He can't play. You know, black people always playing ringers, right?
Right.
They like this little dude. Like he's smaller than everybody out here. Why you worried about how old he is?
You
Like-
worried about Widget? Which in the world want you giving your brother buckets?
Well, then get off the court.
We played a tournament at
Who said I ain't got no 3?
what was Southwest. Remember Southwest High School?
Yeah.
They made that a Matthew Dickey for a little bit, right? A Southside Matthew Dickey. It was a tournament. I probably averaged 30 in the tournament, right? Killed them. The last game was when I played her brother. Like, they was trying to not let me play and everything because she saw me playing the game before, and I was killing. And she's like, nah, he in high school. But I always kept a little ID card or whatever that they make you get. And they was like, well, he 13. Like, he still can play.
Right.
I didn't realize you were that much younger than us.
Yeah, you 6 months older than me.
Huh?
7, I guess.
Huh.
All right, Super Thug. Oh, the Ledoux game?
Yeah, so now, is this sophomore or junior year?
Sophomore year. I only played sophomore year because our team was good, too. Like, we ended up losing to, like, Larry Hughes.
Yeah, he was a Chaminade or CBC, one or two.
CBC. Him and Big Tatum. Like, that's who we lost to. And we had, our starting lineup, my junior year was 6'11", 6'8", 6'6", 6'5", and 5'11". And the 5'11" dude was magically athletic. He was a super thug, too.
He's like that sometimes.
He was like a little AI, like, no lie. Like, he could dunk. He was fast as hell. It was no way anybody should have started over him, right? But he was typical hothead.
In them streets?
Yeah, he in the streets from U City though. Like,
say no more.
Okay. He actually transferred to U City the next year. Got caught with weed or something on the bus and got kicked off the school.
So sophomore year.
So sophomore year game, you don't look at the schedule like you do now, but that day, I cut my finger in gym class, so I didn't even get to play.
I cut my finger. The end.
Well, I cut my hand, I cut like this part of my hand, like all the way open. We was doing some stupid sport in gym.
Racquetball?
Handball. Badminton.
We might have been playing football inside, and like I hit the bleachers.
Okay.
And it cut my hand open. I had to go to nurse and everything. You know how you like so adrenaline, like, nah, I'm gonna play.
Right.
I couldn't even do this without like blood oozing out. Damn. So it was like, I can't let you play today. So me and Smooth sat on the bench looking at each other. He didn't get in the game either.
I know you.
But Sean played that game.
Harrison? Oh, Super
Thug
Thug.
played that game. That's why I was like, I know he played up. But even him after the game, he's like, why didn't you play? Like, I remember you. You play on so-and-so. Because the teams...
Is that what you did? He was like...
like, it was rap.
But so you just put your little paw up there?
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm on the injured reserve.
Can't say this. Can't say the other one.
Can't say DS.
No! We can't say it.
But, I was still playing
in
the same league as him on the weekend.
Okay.
Because you can play until all them till you 14.
Right.
Like, I was 14, sophomore year, I'm still eligible to play with the kids. But I made the team in Ledoux. Because I went to the stupid basketball training and all that stuff.
Now, why is it that you left and Damon stayed, though?
Damon was there since 6th, 7th grade.
But
I never wanted to go there in the first place.
But even with your brother there and you met a bunch of us, you still was like, I'm out?
I met 5 people.
But what was so much different and better about the other place?
It wasn't better. It was just that it was culture shock to me. I went from city schools.
I get you.
Where it was 95% black.
I get you.
To 98% white.
But to me, that other school you went to was probably a little bit even more white.
No, it wasn't. It was like 60-40 or 70-30. Because you got to think, Ledoux back then, you was getting kids off the bus, and you was getting all the Olivet kids, and you was getting the people that was cheating on their address from U City. Not to mention they had more Asian. So the Asian kids wasn't the uppity Asian kids at Parkway. that you saw on the news last week saying slavery. Slavery.
Were they Asian?
They was white. They was white and Asian.
The Asian did that? I'm not gonna get into a race war on this. But
What happened now?
oh, our. You know how many people I sent that to afterwards? Oh my God!
So his high school.
Your high school too.
I ain't graduated from there. I can't claim it.
That's true.
Anyways,
They had an incident over spring break
on Snapchat.
where some kids were watching TV talking about bring back slavery, bring back slavery.
Yeah, and these fools put this on Instagram or on Snapchat.
Oh wow.
And
What was the ramifications for that? What was the
they haven't
blowback from that?
they haven't been back to
They
school
haven't
yet.
been back to school, and there is some kind of punishment, undisclosed punishment to the kids so far.
It's gonna be a fade for the rest of the school year.
All from the, but I mean,
I can
how
already
many-
I can already tell you what school, where they're at now.
I'm just saying. Oh, little Jimmy going to the bathroom? Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom too, teach.
They was girls though.
So
Little Shanique was gonna get them.
Right.
they should be. They're probably at Fern
Keisha.
Ridge,
It was middle though.
huh?
It was middle.
They still probably send them to Fern Ridge.
I don't know what Fire Ridge is.
What is that?
That's where that's
Alternative school?
That's the alternative school for Parkway. It used to be right behind Taco Bell and Olive. If you was bad, you go to Fern Ridge.
That's what that was.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was special school district.
That's bad kids.
No, you said Taco Bell on Olive.
Olive and
Olive
Creve Core
By
Mill.
soccer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's still that's what they use it for.
I,
Back when we were like,
I always thought that was special school district.
they had them in the school with us. What are you talking about?
I know, and that's where our lockers were. And that one black dude scared the shit out of me every day. I know you know what I'm talking about.
It was Brian Gaffney used to run that motherfucker. I've told stories about him in the soccer goalie.
Right.
You remember that?
You told us this.
I remember one.
When he tucked that dude.
But yeah, like,
You know how awkward and hard it is to go to school with them. Do they do that now?
I don't know what they do nowadays.
What about we're at Mississippi Public School? Are we all technically the same?
We're Natchez North.
Funny. So we had different levels. So you had the special ed classes and stuff like that, and they were in one building or one location of the school. And then you had classes for people that was deemed to be slow learners or whatever, which was the intermediate class between normal class and special ed. Then you had the regular
Junior
classes.
first.
Then you had the regular classes.
Yeah, the B team.
And your regular classes, then you had advanced classes.
So that you said, why did I leave? I was in the advanced classes.
At 13.
None of the white kids would work with me.
Doogie Howser.
I couldn't get no buddy in science for the labs. Like, it was really just science. Like, math was easy to me. It was fine. But the science class, I'm the only black kid, and, there was no help. Like, science, you need a buddy.
Right.
You need a lab partner. I couldn't get it. The only person that would hook me up a little bit was Aaron Rosen. And that's the only reason I remember his name, because he played hockey.
Mm-hmm. I remember him.
And he was all right. So when he didn't be with his buddy, he throw me a bone and be like, hey, you gonna be my lab partner. Now he's probably a Republican.
Probably so. But doesn't mean he doesn't like you.
Hey, Aaron Rosen was cool. It was one girl who was a cheerleader once. When she was forced to be my partner one time. After that, we was okay. After that, other than that, was no other kids in there that would even look at me.
Hold on. This is after you transferred?
No, this is when we was together.
Freshman year
Where you said freshman year?
at his school.
Parkway Central.
Okay.
Then I went to Ladue, where it was more open. It was like how people say California is, like how California is so liberal and everybody get along. That was Ladue. Parkway was Missouri. But you were in it, it was Ladue's like this too, where they identify with their elementary school. Like, I went to Conway. I went to
But mine,
Reed or whatever.
I guess the challenge at me for times being there was like I went to like elementary school with them for a hot minute, and then I left.
But you in the neighborhood. You never left the neighborhood.
But there were so many different, depending on what elementary school was a different neighborhood. So the elementary school I went to, like, I wasn't in the neighborhood was across the street. I went to the elementary school, but like we were like a further ride away. Like I know what you're talking about. Like there was kids who like, yeah, use the neighborhood like Riverbend school, Riverbend neighborhood. I wasn't in Riverbend neighborhood.
All right.
But it was just weird. Like I still definitely remember like going back and all the other people who fed into the middle school. When I get there to high school, I'm like, all right. When I left Riverbend, like there was maybe 20 people or something like that. You get there and then there's like hundreds. But like where the?
And that was the other thing. That was a big ass school.
Yeah.
There's like 2,000 kids at this school. Shit. Right?
Yeah, it was big. I don't think it.
Give or take.
Give or take. But like I
over 1,700.
I think that's why
over
me
400 a class.
Okay.
I think that's why me and him kind of connected because we both was like,
We connected because he's black.
yeah,
Let's put it out there.
Then
we're kind of thrown into just like,
I think if you meet somebody in gym class, like somewhere where you're comfortable, gym, music, art, or whatever, and you be like, "Oh, that's dope," or "Hey, you got nice
art.
jumper,"
Yeah, it's another one. Yeah,
then you can connect. But I couldn't connect with the kids in my class, so that was what fucked me.
but you and Showtime didn't have no classes together,
No,
huh? Because he was in all the event. I didn't get in. I was in advanced like history and English, not math.
no.
You
So,
was
I was in the math class I was in had a lot of juniors in it.
yeah. So you were advanced in math.
So like, I'll throw his name out there, like Nick Rooks.
I don't remember. No.
He was another one that lived out there. But like, it was a couple of my brother friends in there,
Okay.
and it was like, oh, that's Lil D. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. Like math was cool. French fucked me up because I was in like French 4.
You see Doogie Howser.
I took French since 4th grade.
Why?
That's what my elementary school provided.
You fancy, huh?
What's his last name? Of course he speaks French.
Right.
My last name is actually pretty English.
Whatever. Can you speak French right now?
No, that was my problem. The teacher was fucking African, and she didn't speak English in the class the whole period. So every instruction was in French.
That's an epic fail.
So I'm looking at her like, bitch, I ain't got no
Basic.
audio tapes at home to practice this shit. I can't go home and talk to nobody in French. The kids was going to France like
I remember
in the
that.
summer.
Yeah.
Like I think dude name was like Drew Yeager. It was a couple names that stuck with me that was like people that would help me or whatever. But they were going on trips to places where they could speak French or their parents spoke French enough to conversate at home. Like this African bitch would not she would not let me go. She was from like
Nairobi.
Guinea-Bissau or whatever. I can read French. Like
To this day?
Even now, I can read it. I can read it and comprehend it pretty easy. But I could not speak it for shit.
Did he freeze?
This motherfucker is like the dude off Taken. Just so motherfucking well-rounded, super smart.
Who? Liam Neeson?
Yes.
Racist ass bastard.
I don't remember.
Well, he's not racist.
I don't like niggas either.
I just
Hey,
I don't think that's racist.
he wasn't racist, bro. Like
I just wanted to beat any black person I could find.
that's not like you got to
That's
think about,
rage.
Right. You got to put it in perspective.
Okay.
You got to put it in perspective. Like,
Okay.
That's rage to me.
all right.
But yeah, I was in like French 3 or 4. I was in some good math was easy. English, I don't even remember English.
I was in honors English and history. Math, I was just like,
Yeah, we know.
I don't even, bro. I don't remember.
you was in junior first. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You weren't dumb enough to fail kindergarten, but you wasn't quite ready for first.
I say
You
this-
wasn't socially ready, and that's what they told you. Like, it's not that he's stupid. He's just not socially ready for people. This is the dude who was trying to bite his ear. Like, Continue.
No, like, the only class I had with black people was gym.
There was, I'm trying to remember.
Because I don't even think I had art.
I did.
I think I had like gym all year somehow.
What was that thing Sean used to? Okay, because you remember how he used to be crazy with his faces, right? Remember he'd be like, "Suck my wing."
Yeah, his like neck would like strain or like, he'd be like
He always like,
everything was like right here.
he'd always be like, "Get this wing." He used to be funny as shit.
He was
Funny as shit.
I
Get
think he
this
was the
wing.
kid that watched In Living Color like every day all day.
No, that and Def Comedy Jam, like before the episodes even came out, he was on it. Get this wing.
I ran into him a couple of times, like after high school,
Did you?
because he lived when I had my old house. He lived up there, so I run into him at Schnucks all the time.
Was he still funny?
It was just like awkward, you know. Like if you ain't around nobody for 10 years, like it's hard to reconnect.
Right.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
You a friendly ass dude.
I got cousins I don't even talk to.
Right. I have to fill them out. Like,
Wing.
We was at work. We reconnected because of work. You got, all right, case in point. Before you came back, Smooth was already down there. I ran into him a couple times. At his number, we always like, oh man, let's go grab lunch, but then it wouldn't work out. But it's hard to keep initiating stuff with people you don't really know anymore.
I guess I'm just friendly.
You friendly as fuck.
right. Too friendly.
Hey, this has been another week of Country Cousins. It's your boy Dub,
It's your boy, Mr. Friendly.
a.k.a.
Mr. Real Friendly.
a.k.a. Mr. Rogers Neighborhood,
AKA Diddy 314.
AKA no neck.
a.k.a. a.k.a. Big Penny.
That's $50.
We also got
Pretty Flacco.
a.k.a.
Beat it from the back.
Brown.
Follow us, Country Cousins Pod, IG, Twitter. We're available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere podcasts are found.
And you can find Flacco on Black Planet and Match.com.
Find me on MySpace.
You can find me on my AOL.
You can find me on Christian Mingle.
Doing the Lord's dirty work.
Devil's favorite demon. We out.